Can I play music? What happens if I play music? Nothing happens if I play music. Why am I not hearing music? Okay, if I do that, you're not going to hear my mic speaking, are you? I bet it's the mic that's picking up the music from the computer. Hi, Mike. I'm trying to figure this shit out. So if I have that music on, you have to help me, okay? If I have that music on, can you hear my voice over it? What is it that's coming through the feed? Is it my mic that's coming through the feed, or is it the music that's coming through the feed? I need you guys to help me. Long enough to feel fine. Okay, I don't hear him. Okay. All right. Okay, so it's one or the other, isn't it? It is. It's one or the other, isn't it? Yes doesn't help me. What is it you hear? Do you hear the music, or do you hear... So if I turn that music on, you can still hear me talking over it. Can you hear me over that music? I don't know what's coming through the main mix, right? Because obviously it's different to when I'm recording my show. I've got the music in the cans and on the monitors, the audio monitors, but you can still hear me talking over it. So I can have music on in the background, then I just can't hear myself speak. I can't hear my own voice. Okay, interesting. Very interesting. So everyone says to me when I'm on Periscope, my pop shield's not quite long enough for this. Everyone says to me when I'm on Periscope, do you ever use that mic? Is that mic plugged in? And this is the very, very first time that anybody has ever heard me live stream with the mic plugged in, because it's usually only used for the radio. So there you go. Is that better than hearing me through the phone? I don't know where it's gone out to. I don't know whether it's on Periscope. I've asked to multicast it everywhere. I don't know. Okay, I'm getting comments. So Mike, Dean, are you on Twitter? Why do you want to hear your own voice? Because it's the only way I can hear whether I'm like too loud or not. That's why we have cans. But there's no point in having these, because normally I'd have those to hear my voice, but I can hear the music through the audio monitors, so I don't need the cans. I'll need them if I'm interviewing somebody, or if other people come in on the call. Obviously, I'll need to switch music off and use my cans. Oh, God. This is more complicated than it needs to be. I don't like it. You're not on Twitter. You have got a little Twitter symbol next to your name, Mike Dean. So where are you commenting from? This will be fascinating. Because apparently I have streamed this out to the Up Periscope Facebook page, because I don't want to use the radio one until I know what I'm doing. This is the first time I've used the desktop. Shall we have a little look and see what it looks like on... Yeah, okay, so it's on the Facebook. It's on the Facebook Up Periscope page. You're not on Twitter. Where are you commenting from then, Mike? I need tea, man. I'm testing this out because I don't know what you guys hear. I've got music playing on Spotify on the same PC that I'm broadcasting from, so I didn't know how that would play out with the mic situation. Oh, you're watching from Periscope. So this has gone out to Periscope. I wasn't expecting it to go out to Periscope, because Periscope was still meant to be pending authorization. So this has gone out to Periscope. Ooh, people on Periscope are hearing me through the mic for a change. That never happens. I just assumed you were on Twitter. I didn't think this had gone out to Periscope. Well, that's interesting. I should be on YouTube as well. Shall we check that theory? I don't have any subscribers on YouTube. I don't expect anybody from YouTube to find me, but I wanted to check and test what was happening. Oh, that's a good cup of tea. You were the first person to hear me coming through the mic, not listening to it, because obviously people who listen to the radio show will have heard my voice through it. Does it sound different to hearing me through the phone speaker? You're just letting everyone know. We should get a little badge made for you that says you were the first person to hear me on Periscope through the mic. Hi, Peter. How are we doing? This is my very first attempt at using your desktop situation, and it's the first time that I've live streamed with the mic, because I usually only use it for my radio show. So Mike's letting me know that this is on Periscope, and he's claiming his little "I was the first person to hear you on the mic" badge. We'll need to create one for you. I wanted to know how the music situation was. Obviously, I don't have my cans, so I can't hear my voice. Yeah, it's complicated though, man. It's complicated. This is going to take a bit of getting used to. But do you know what? Do you know what I'm thinking? Okay. Anybody on Periscope who's watching will remember I used to host a thing called Perry Blind Date. And Perry Blind Date was very much like Blind Date. I don't know if you had Blind Date in the States. It might have been called the dating game. And we would have one person who was playing the game and then 3 contestants, and the person playing the game would get to pick, you know, a date with one of the 3 contestants on the audio call-in. This has got more potential because we can have video call-in. We can have 4 people on the screen. So we could revive, it was a Sunday late afternoon, we could revive Perry Blind Date on happs. So that could be interesting. The wheels are ticking. The wheels are ticking about how I can use this. I think we might revive Perry Blind Date. I know it's dangerous to be thinking at this time of night, but I'm thinking. So, what used to happen on Periscope is it was only ever a woman that would play the game, and she got to pick from the men because there were never enough women that would come in the room to be chosen from. So it was always a female contestant picking from men. I would love to be able to do a reversal. I'd love to be able to have a man picking women, and I would love to be able to do a gay version, because we never got to do that. There were never enough gay people in the room either. Yeah, I think we're going to revive Perry Blind Date on happs. This will be good. This will be good. I can have 3 contestants and a volunteer and myself on screen. We can have 5 people on screen, can't we? We can. I think that's what might be going to happen. Someone was asking, who was it that said something about YouTube? Yeah, I've got YouTube, but I never use it. I've had it for about 12 or 13 years, and it's got maybe half a dozen videos on it. There's maybe 30 people on there or something. See you, Mike. Thanks for popping in. Your presence is appreciated. I'll get right on designing your badge. What's everybody else doing with their evening? So, I don't know if you're still here, Peter, but at the top I've got a little eyeball that says 37. Is that how many people are in the room? So the broadcast studio tells you that. It's just the mobile app that doesn't. Is that right? That's interesting, because I was finding that a little bit frustrating, not knowing how many people were in, or if there was anybody there on mobile. Potential all over the shop. Slurp on my coffee. Ooh, I've got chocolate. I could have chocolate. This is what quite a lot of my content consists of: talking about music and eating. You know, you don't get a physique like this without working hard at it. You know what I'm saying? Does nobody else want to talk to me? Who else is in? Has everybody dipped out? No, I just realised that would be like ASMR. I'm eating into a microphone. Sorry, guys. Munchy, munchy, crunch, crunch. I was a little bit concerned about that Q&A earlier. Some of the comments were a bit, I'm not sure about that. People moralising on voting up and voting down content. I don't know if that's a good way to go. The comment about potty mouth particularly pissed me off. The people who don't like swearing tend to be the same people who own guns. It's a strange correlation that Christians who don't like swearing, but they'll own guns which are literally designed to maim and kill people. That's my little rant. I'm just throwing that out there. I think we have to be careful about moralising what's on other people's streams. If people don't want to watch you because you swear, don't come into the room. Anyway, just my opinion. Has this gone out to... Mike said he was in from Periscope. Is it on Twitter as well? It is on Twitter as well. Ooh, that's interesting. I thought that Periscope was still pending. And it seems to work. It seems to have worked by connecting it on the desktop. When I tried to connect it on the mobile, it was sitting there pending. It said 2 to 7 days or something, and for some reason, reconnecting it from here has connected it instantly. So that's interesting. I don't know if anybody watches this back on the replay. If you want to connect your Periscope, do it through the broadcast studio on desktop, because that seems to have worked. Okay, where else has this gone? Did I enable Instagram? Can I get into that at the same time? Okay, I don't think I'm live on... Mind you, I wouldn't be able to tell that from Insta desktop, would I? I'm literally talking to myself here. I'm rambling. I know that there are people there watching. Are you all just being creepy lurkers and not saying anything? Or is there something wrong with the comment section? Why can't I see any comments? I love this song. If I turn that up, can you still hear me over it? You have to tell me how that goes. Can you still hear me talking over it? If you could run in your heart, shadows to art, some kind of hope. Okay, it's live on YouTube as well. Jeez, this is actually working. Very impressive, people. Very impressive, lads. Lads and ladies. I presume there's ladies who work at happs too. Very impressive. Does anybody have any favourite Christmas songs? I'm trying to sort my playlist for Thursday's show. Christmas Eve show. I wasn't going to try and make it too Christmassy, but if anybody has any favourite Christmas songs, we might stick them on the playlist. I don't know if there's anybody still here. I'm not seeing any comments coming through. Is that just because nobody's commenting, or is it because there's something wrong with the scrolling thing? Nobody's saying anything. Maybe nobody's got anything to say. Maybe you're all just transfixed, looking at this strange Scottish person talking to herself. I realise that it's fascinating content. I would be sitting there stunned as well. Can someone please say something? Yay! Somebody said something. Hi, Chick. How you doing? So are you on Periscope as well? Hi, Austin. Why did it all go quiet for a minute? If you could run. Can you guys hear me over the music okay, or do I need to turn that down a little bit? Can you let me know how the levels sound? I don't have my cans on, so I can't tell. How's it going, man? Are you on Periscope? Because this is going out to multiple different places. I'll turn this down a little bit. We don't need it so loud. Excellent. I was just saying earlier, this is the first time that anybody on Periscope has heard me talking into the mic. Because normally I always just broadcast using mobile through the phone, or maybe a set of headphones. You're on happs. Good stuff. That's why you don't have a little Tweety bird beside you then. That sounds okay. That's good. That's good. I mean, I could turn the mic up, but I think that may be a bit too much. Yeah, no, I try to keep it to the same levels as when I'm recording. Yeah, please go check Periscope for me and come back. That would be great. Thank you. I'm kind of relying on you guys to keep me right about what's happening and where. So if you guys can help me figure it out together, teamwork and all that. Excellent. You bit the Jean-Michel Jarre there in the background. What are y'all doing with your Monday night, Tuesday morning? I should be sleeping. Why is your comment hidden? Check, what did you say? Until April Fool's Day. Why would it hide that comment? I thought I switched my moderation off. I don't want any moderation on my comments. Because I believe that people can say what they want, and if the broadcaster wants to kick them out, then the broadcaster can kick them out. If you can't moderate your stream, you shouldn't be broadcasting. So why is that? Why did that mute that? There's no reason. There was nothing wrong with that comment. You're just out of self-isolation. Oh, shit. Have you been unwell? Sorry to hear it. There's so much going on the screen. I'm trying to keep up to... I think the cat's just been in the tray. That's another little job for me to do before I go to bed. I get all the best jobs in this house. There's apparently 50 odd people watching this, but I don't know where from. You should all come and say hi. Oh, okay, got you. So just precautionary then. Can anyone tell me if I am live on Instagram, please? Can anybody just quickly jump to my Instagram and tell me? You might need to check on mobile, because I've just tried to do it on desktop and it doesn't tell me, but I don't think it does anyway. Could someone do that for me, please? And then come tell me. Do you know what my Instagram is? You should be able to click on my profile. Oh no, you're on Periscope. Leggy on the radio. If you check Leggy on the radio on Instagram, please. That would be very much appreciated. We'll figure it out, guys. If you help me out, we'll figure it out. I think it's cool that this is actually people on Periscope are commenting, and I can see it because I didn't expect Periscope to be connected yet. Interesting. So, do we think we should revive Penny Blind Date then? What do we think? Is this on Randomify or is this on? This isn't random. Let's have it random. Maybe we'll have something a little bit more chilled out than this. What could I play? I like Moby, but this is maybe a bit dancey for this time of night. It's getting late. Shall we have a show of hands? Who thinks we should revive Penny Blind Date? Chair squeaking. I realised that sounded like I farted. I really didn't. It was my chair. Honest. Precious little light. I might need more tea. So, I have got some interviews planned that were due to happen, but then I had that throat infection, so they've been postponed till after New Year. And you can't see me on Instagram. That's fine. So that hasn't worked. That's cool. Everything else has, so that's all good. Thank you for checking, Chick. I really appreciate it. That's great. Thank you. And the original plan was to record them via Zoom and then capture the audio for radio and then have the video as exclusive content. But maybe I could do the interviews here live and just broadcast them out and then, you know, still record it for radio and put that out later. But I'm just thinking what else this could be used for, but I do think we should try and revive Penny Blind Date. That could be fun, especially as Periscope is dying. It would be nice to go out. For those of you who aren't from Periscope, who don't know about this, we did actually have a real life success story. A couple who met on Penny Blind Date, moved in together, had a baby, and they're engaged. They've been together since May last year, so like 18 months. I did that. I want to get myself a big hat and go to the wedding. Hi Dee, how are you doing? Are you on Happs or are you on Periscope? I don't see the Twitter bird next to you. I'm presuming you're on Happs. We're just having a conversation about possibly reviving Penny Blind Date. But instead of having audio call-in for the contestants, we could actually have everybody on screen. This is only my second broadcast. It's my third broadcast, but it's the first one I've done using their desktop. So it's the first one I've used the microphone on. As you know, you mostly are used to hearing me through the phone mic or through my headphones or whatever. And it's a running joke. People say, oh, that mic behind you looks nice. Have you got it plugged in? And I'm like, nah, it's cardboard. It's not real. Well, now you've all heard the microphone. Well, hello. Well, hello. Mind you, that sounds more like Maggie Thatcher every time I say it. It used to sound like Leslie Phillips. Now it sounds like Maggie Thatcher. Well, hello. Maybe I'll stop doing that. It's slightly creepy. Interesting to listen, but you wouldn't be allowed to participate if you've got a partner. The only prerequisite is that you have to be single to participate. You have to be single. I'm not going to be a conduit for anybody's fucking cheating. That's a no-no. But it would be nice to have you in listening and to share it out to other people who might be interested. Like I say, we did have a genuine... We had many connections, but we had one legitimate actual match-up that became a couple. I'm very proud of that, you know. Anybody know this band? We're going to turn this into a little bit of quizzature. Can anybody tell me who this is? I'm realising that I'm looking at the comments a lot here, which means that you're seeing my side of my head a lot. But if I put because I'm actually, believe it or not, I'm actually using my phone as the camera. If I put that there, then all you're going to see is me behind the mic. Which is why I kind of put you up there. I just have to keep remembering to look at the camera now. Did you just call me a cow? Why are you calling me a cow? Did I flip my studio around? No. In what way? What do you mean? This isn't a studio, it's the corner of my living room. It's literally the little corner of the living room where my bookcase lives, and right beside me here is the fireplace. Because I'm not in the TD1 radio studio anymore. But this is how it's been set up since I set it up, so I haven't flipped anything around. Well, hello. Is it fiasco? Flaco? Hello, well, hello. Well, hello. You know that I do have t-shirts with that printed on them, don't you? There is merchandise available. We've got well, hello t-shirts. And do you want to know the best bit about the well, hello t-shirts? There's a photo on the front of me with my bra and my head on them. It's your studio, it's flipped on video. Is it maybe because the phone's being used as a webcam? So it looks back to front. It shouldn't. It looks exactly the same to me. It looks exactly the same to me on the screen. It dies for good, it's called love. Does anybody know this band? Nah? The bass line should give it away. Very distinctive bass. I need more tea. If I go and make tea and leave this sitting running, will you guys all disappear or will you stick around until I come back? This is the £10,000 question. I'm expecting you all to get your Shazam out and tell me who this band are. I don't believe that out of 8 to 9 people, nobody's told me yet. People on Periscope who are still there, when you see this on Periscope, how many people does it say are in the room? Does it tell you? I could check that on desktop. Could I check that on desktop? Hang on. Fuck me, that's bright. Bright light! Bright light! Okay, it says there's 4 people. I see 89 people. So it's quite fuzzy on Periscope as well. It's much clearer on happs, isn't it? That's interesting. It's called love. I think it even looks clearer on I think it even looks clearer on Facebook. Well, hello. How be thee, Alex B? I'm having a not bad day. Well, it should be ended. It is 1:46 a.m. here. I should be in my bed sleeping. But instead I'm about to go and make tea. Because I'm so rock and roll, you know? That's how I roll. Cup of tea at 2 o'clock in the morning. Hardcore. How's your day going? What's happening? What's on the agenda? Where are you in the world? Vegas, presumably. What's happening in Vegas? Anything of any interest? Nobody told me the name of this band. I'm really disappointed. That was New Order. It was New Order. I'm very disappointed that nobody knew it was New Order. This is Helen's disappointed face. Oh, Vegas, dude. This band are from Vegas. Here we go. There's a nice little segue. It's just the old man and me. Washing his truck at the Sinclair station. In the land of the free. Okay, peeps. I'm going to make a cup of tea. I am going to let this stream run. This is your chance to get out if you want to. I'm not going to hold it against you if you do a runner. You are more than welcome to stick around until I come back with my refilled cuppa. All right. I'll be as quick as I can. Enjoy some killers in the background while I do this. Ooh! I'll try not to take half the furniture with me as I get up. I'll be back in a minute. We got more people locked up than the rest of the world. Right here in red, white, and blue. Incarceration's become big business. It's harvest time out on the avenue. Land of the free. Land of the free. Land of the free. Land of the free. Move on, there's nothing to see. Land of the free. Land of the free. I'm standing crying. I'm standing crying. So how many daughters? Tell me how many sons do we have to put in the ground before we just lay down and face it? We got a problem with guns. In the land of the free, down at the border, they're gonna put up a wall. Concrete and rebar steel beams. I'm standing high enough to keep all those filthy hands off of our hopes and our dreams. I'm standing high. People who just want the same things we do. In the land of the free. I missed anything of any interest? Nobody has said a single word since I popped away. That means everyone's left, doesn't it? Has everyone buggered off and left me alone? Is there anybody still there? Anyone? Oh, this chair's too big for this corner of the room, you know. Oh, it's absolutely huge. Thanks, Dee. I'm hoping it'll be a decent cup of tea. This really should be the last one of the night, you know. So what's happening with your day? Excuse me, this is digging in. Just in case you're wondering what I'm fiddling with. How's your day going? Don't be sorry. Did you have a toilet break, did you? Was it a good pee? Do you feel better now? If I turn that way, that should pick that up like that. And I could just not have my face in it. Hi, track back. How you doing? Can you guys still hear me okay? I've moved that mic. Is it still all right? It looks like the monitor's saying it's fine, but I don't have my cans and I can't tell. Okay, I don't know what happened there. I was off seeing Jeff from Canada. Jeff from Canada. Who's Jeff from Canada? Oh. How's this conjunction going for you? I can hear you great. I'm glad you can hear me great. I was just joking earlier that it's become a running gag that nobody's ever heard the microphone on live stream. It's become a joke that it's actually not real, that it's just a prop. So here you go, folks. It is actually a real mic. Some guy on Periscope. No, it's a running gag. It's a running joke. It's like, oh, that mic looks nice behind you. And it's like, well, I'm not using that. I'm talking through the phone. Because I'll always scope via mobile. That tea's a wee bit too hot to drink, actually. So how's that coming through over the music? Is it, like, how are the levels? The music's not too loud, is it? I can turn it down if it's too loud. Or can you hear me okay over the top of it? Mic'd up. Actually mic'd up. This isn't Periscope, this is Happs. But it's streaming to Periscope and everywhere else. It's apparently the Periscope Facebook page and the YouTube as well. For some reason, it hasn't connected to Instagram, and that's interesting. That's good. I'm glad it's not too loud. Like I say, I don't have my cans on. Excellent. That's good to know. I'm just listening through the speaker monitors, the near field monitors. Hear you like a soft pillow. What happens if I get even closer to the mic? Is that weird and creepy? Now can you see why I was approached and asked if I wanted a show? Because my voice is that wonderful. Now do you get it? Who's playing this track? This is a band called Cult with No Name. The song is called Button on My Desk, and this guy will be doing an interview with me in the next couple of weeks, which will be broadcast on Helen's Mixtape on Vault Radio. It hasn't been recorded yet. Like I say, some things had to get postponed because I was unwell. So there you go. Cult with No Name is the name of the band. Stop it. Why is it weird? What if I chew some chocolate? That's just my usual voice. The voice always takes people by surprise, I think. I get that all the time on the call-in on Periscope as well. Even when I'm not using the mic, if I'm just talking through the phone or whatever, I get that a lot. Ooh, the accent. People don't expect it. Which website D, sorry? Actually, this mic does pick everything up. It's a fucking nightmare when I'm recording my show because not only do you get the trains going past and any roadworks or anything, you get the neighbours screaming and yelling at each other and banging doors. It picks up everything. Has it improved the Periscope experience? That's interesting. I think there is a bit of a delayed reaction. I think there's a delay in the comments. The website for the radio show is vault-radio.com. I'll see if I can type that for you, actually. I think there should be a way that I can do that. Hang on. Vaultradio.com is the radio station. So the show goes out on a Thursday night, 8 till 10 UK time. But I don't know if I'm doing the interviews as little one-off specials on a different time slot or if I'm putting them out as part of Helen's Mixtape. So I haven't decided when those are going out, but I will publicise it. Is it delayed? Sorry. You can listen back to anything that's been broadcast radio-wise. You can listen back on Mixcloud. If you search for Radio Leggy, you'll find all my previous broadcasts there, including the TD1 ones as well. Oh man, my neighbours are a nightmare. Don't even get me started on them. Absolute nightmare. There you go, mixcloud.com/Radio Leggy. There we go. You can screenshot that and find it later. I don't think these are hyperlinks. I think you have to screenshot them. Sheer out of hope. I love this track as well. Hi, Molson. How are you doing, man? What's happening? I'm finally connected to the mic. I'm actually talking through the mic. It's not a prop anymore. Do tell, what about my annoying neighbours? God, I could write a dossier. They're just pains in the arse. Destructive as fuck. They're just shit neighbours. I actually hurt my throat the other day shouting at the wee boy in the street for kicking his ball up against my car. They had my previous car all scratched and dented to hell. And I shouted at him to get away from the car when he was kicking his ball, and then he proceeded to deliberately kick the ball against the car. So I shouted at him again. I ended up hurting my throat. But that's just the tip of the iceberg, man. I'm all right, Molson. Thanks for asking. I'm just having a wee cup of tea. I'm just trying to figure out this happs app on their desktop software. And figure out things like levels and whether or not I can play music in the background and all that kind of stuff. Now I've got the hiccups. Nice. What's been happening? What's the goss? I'm just saying that I think I might consider reviving Perry Blind Date. Because this format would allow people on the screen, not just an audio call-in, but, you know, people could see each other's faces on the screen. And that could be cool. You're waiting for a winter storm to hit. Got off those pesky Scottish neighbours. Oh, man. They just don't give a toss. The mother doesn't. She's too busy getting stoned and drunk to care about the kid. And then they hang around, they roam around in packs and like wandering, not even wandering to other people's gardens. They literally think they own the entire neighbourhood. So they're in and out people's gardens and destroying things, and they're just a nightmare. I did say let's not get into it, and then what's happening? We're getting into it. I had a haircut. This is getting a bit nuts. I haven't had it cut since before I went to Australia. "10 inches of snow. Jesus. We're lucky if we get like a smattering. Looks like ice and sugar when we get snow. I love this song. How low must I fall from one dream to dream on? Mum's okay, thanks for asking, Dee. I'll not get into detail, but she's all right. Thanks for asking. How's Periscope going to look after March? Is this how Periscope is going to look after... Well, Periscope is not going to exist after March. There's going to be no Periscope. Listen to this guitar solo, guys. The boy can play. I don't know, Molson, and to be honest with you, I probably won't stick around on Twitter. I feel no loyalty towards Twitter at all whatsoever. They have treated me multiple times like well, they just don't give a fuck, basically. You know how much shit I have tolerated on Periscope, and they have done nothing to support me. Not only that, they suspended my account for no reason, took away my VIP badge, zero fucks are given about that, but took away all my super hearts and everything as well, so I couldn't claim them. Suspended my Twitter account because I was being abused by trolls. Yeah, nah, I have no loyalty to Twitter at all whatsoever. I feel like they actively enable and encourage trolling culture on that app. I'm on happs, that's why it says I'm testing the desktop version of happs. That's why it says that on the other people are going live on Periscope. I'm getting notifications. And normally if I'm live on Periscope, I don't get notifications of other scopers going live. Because I'm using my phone as a webcam, I'm getting the notifications coming through. Yes, they punished me for being trolled, that's correct. You've jumped from Periscope to happs. Hi, Chaz. Happs seems okay. Okay, I'll be brutally honest, I was not convinced. All right, I'll move this out of the way because I feel like I'd like to lean on my desk. It's all covered in glitter. I was not convinced when people were talking about Happs. I wasn't sure if I was just going to stop live streaming altogether or if I was going to go to Twitch. Because I already have a Twitch account. And I had already been thinking about migrating to Twitch anyway because of the trolling behaviour. Someone suggested Happs. I had a little look at it. I thought it looked complicated as fuck. Sorry, Happs. That was my first instinct. I thought, oh no, this is not for me. It's far too complicated. Then I started to have interaction with the team that are actually building it. And I'm impressed. If anything's going to make me stick around, it's going to be the enthusiasm of the team that are working on it. Sorry guys, I'm missing comments. Molson says I look like I'm communicating with other people. I'm not. I'm looking at the screen in front of me and that's where your comments are. The comments are not on the camera because that's just a camera. Your comments are on the screen. So I'm actually looking at you and we're talking. I'm on another app, but I am looking at your comments. That's what I'm looking at on the screen. You remember that? Yep. Well, you've been around for a long time. You've seen what's going on that app, Molson. You can look. I'm the same username on Happs. Don't start on trolls. I've heard you unload before. Excuse me, I'll unload if I want to unload, and if you don't want to hear it, feel free to leave. One thing we don't do is we don't tell Leggy what she can and can't say, because you'll be promptly told to fuck off. We know this by now. Come on now. Hi, Mark. That is the boss man of the app who's just came in catching me telling people to fuck off. I didn't actually tell him to fuck off. I said if he doesn't like what I'm saying, yeah, no. We're just talking about your app and your ethos and your staff and the fact that if anything will make me stick around on the app, it's the enthusiasm of your team. That's pretty much what I was saying before you wandered in. How's it going? What time is it in LA? It is 2:08 a.m. here. How's it going? Quite a lot of these people are actually on Periscope. I'm surprised that it's worked. I'm surprised that it's actually streaming to Periscope. It's quite impressive. It hasn't gone to Instagram so far as we can tell. Everybody say hi to Mark. He's the boss man. We're not going to call him Mark from now on. We're going to call him the boss man. He is henceforth now known as the boss man. Oh, it's only 6 p.m. I say only. Your day's coming to an end, isn't it? Happs looks okay. Only okay, Chaz. How long have you been around? Like I say, my first impressions was, hell no, this is too complicated. But actually, I think once I get my head around what's going on the screen, this has got a lot of potential, especially if we bring back Perry Blind Date. I'm thinking of bringing back Perry Blind Date. Because having people on their faces on the screen rather than just an audio call in would actually be quite cool. Been honest, trying to fall awake but I still sleep. Girl, I'm not bashing you. We already had this conversation. Yeah, but other people in the room haven't had the same conversation with me, so it may seem to you like I'm repeating myself, but that's my prerogative. I'm getting old and ditzy and I'm allowed to repeat myself, okay? Got you. Okay, that makes sense. To be honest with you, I'm not entirely sure I would want it to go to Instagram anyway, because there's, you know, it's kind of more personal, isn't it? But I did just tick the box on everything to see where it would go to, and everything else seems to be functioning nicely, so that's cool. It's good. I'm trying to suss out the situation with things like levels. You know, I've got music playing in the background. I wasn't sure if people would be able to hear me talking over it. I haven't ever used this mic for live streaming before. I only ever use it for recording my radio show. And again, I'm repeating myself. Dee's going to give me a row for repeating myself. I just said this. But it's become a bit of a running joke on Periscope that the mic sits behind me. And people say, that looks like a nice mic. And I say, but it's not plugged in. I'm talking to you through the phone mic. So it's become a joke that it's like cardboard. It's not real. It's just a prop. Now you all know that it is actually really a mic. Hear me out. So what's on the agenda then? If it's 6 p.m, is it dinner time? What's your plan for the evening? Have a great night. Thank you for popping in, boss man. Ooh, Molson's here under... Okay, so have you just set up a happs account, Molson? You don't have your little Twitter birdie next to you anymore, so I'm presuming you're not on Periscope anymore. That's interesting. That's the only way to tell the difference is you don't have your little birdie, your little Twitter bird. At your window. It's easy to forget how bright that light is, eh? Jeez, oh. Because Happs' desktop's like it's got a dark screen, which is nicer on the eyes, and then you open something else up and it's like, bright light. You'll tweak setting after. I can tell that it's you because it's got Molson Rocks next to your name. That was the giveaway. I like it when people use the same username. I know who they are. Because you know how bad I am with names. I'm so bad with names. I'm great with faces, but I'm terrible with names. That's a running joke as well. People will say, oh, we've spoken before. I'm like, have we? I don't remember the name. You don't like having your city? Yeah, you can switch that off though. I don't mind having my city, but I don't like having the detailed location, you know, where it almost gives you your street. I don't want people knowing which part of the city I live in. You know how many stalkers and weirdos I've got on Periscope. The last thing I need is to give out my location. It doesn't tell you where you're from, Molson. I don't think it does anyway. Hang on. Let me have a look at your profile. Oh yeah, it does. You can take that off. Here we go. Helen's trying to pronounce this. Saskatchewan. No, it does say your city. It does say your city, and then Saskatchewan. Saskatchewan. I'm sorry, Canadians. Sorry. To be fair, you probably wouldn't know how to pronounce Achtermachti, so. I'm too tired for this. Everybody in Canada right now is cursing me. They're like, that ignorant bitch doesn't know how to pronounce that word. Sorry, Canadians. Anyway, I'm so glad that this has run. This has actually gone more smoothly. Put your teeth back in, Helen, for fuck's sake. This seems to have gone more smoothly than I had expected it to. Well done, Happs team. It's actually not as bad as I thought it was going to be. And it's a lot simpler than OBS. Congratulations. Genuinely. I mean that sincerely. Do you like this? Well, I originally got the app on the phone to turn it into a webcam for my Zoom interviews. But now that I've used it for this and I know that it works, I'm feeling a little bit less nervous about the interviews that I need to do. Because, you know, I don't want to fuck that up. I want to do it well. I want to do it properly. And I want to do it face-to-face because ordinarily I would have people into the actual radio studio, and it's so much easier to converse with someone face-to-face. When you can... Ooh! Okay, something's happened to my camera. What's happened to my camera? Can you still hear me? I think it's because it's connected via Wi-Fi. My phone's connected via Wi-Fi as the camera, so I think it just cut out for a second. You're trying to who's in the room to see. You're trying to who's in the room to see. It doesn't tell you who's in the room, it just tells you how many viewers. And it doesn't tell you on mobile, and I would really love Happs to add that, because as a broadcaster, it's hard to know if you're sitting talking to yourself or if there are actually people there. So it would be nice to have that where it tells you how many people are in the room. And I don't know, I see 153. I don't know if that's the total number of views or if that's the number of viewers in the room right now. I think that's maybe the total number of views. It would be nice to know how many people are in the room at any given time. Every other platform has that, guys. If you could add that, that would be pretty amazing. That would be pretty amazing. Pretty please. Pretty please. No, you can't see. You can't see. I think you can read the comments back later, but of course there will be people here who haven't said anything, that they're just watching. Lurker types. We know who you are, you creepy weirdos. I don't think that'll ever change, Molson. That's the only problem with so many periscopers, you know, migrating en masse to another platform, is it won't just be them. It'll be all the creeps and the lurkers and the weirdos and everything that'll all move as well, and that's the worry for me. Because I would have liked it to be an opportunity to leave all those cunts behind. Sorry, I just dropped a C-bomb. If you don't like it, tough shit. Welcome to Helen's content. Did you say you can have two-way cam on here? What do you mean two-way cam? What do you mean by that? I can have, I think, up to 6 people on the screen all at the same time. Would you like to call in, Molson? Would anybody like to call in and test it out? We could do that, couldn't we? Yes, we can do that. Would you like to call in, Molson? We could test the theory. Would you like to try it out? Yes, no, and maybe. Oh, for fuck's sake. Bill, you're useless. Thanks. Thanks for getting my hopes up and then dashing them. Would anybody else like to call in to test the theory and show Molson what can be done? Because I haven't had any callers in on the desktop either. It would be nice to test that out. Would anybody like to come up and have a chit-chat with me? I'll be kind. I always am. You won't play the stupid games. You're on standby with wife and presents wrapping. She can join in my calling as well. You can both show me your present wrapping. Or is it like present wrapping in secret that nobody's to see? Oh, you're supposed to go and find the ribbon and you've disappeared for like an hour. That's terrible. Go get the woman's ribbon. Jesus. She'll end up strangling you with it when you bring it back to her, Molson. You took too long. You'll get garroted with a Christmas ribbon. I've got some. Do you want this? Is gold any good to you? I was meant to be wrapping presents as well and haven't done it. Instead, I'm fannying around on here. I had a haircut. This is driving me insane. Maybe I could just shave it all off. Do you think I would suit a baldy? I could do a... Who had Sinead O'Connor? I'm dating myself now. Do you think I would suit a shaved head? I've got a big bow face. I don't think I've got the right bone structure for that. Maybe that's a bad idea. Go get her the ribbon. Jesus. I would be pissed off as well. You've been in here for about an hour. How long ago did she send you for the ribbon? Sacked. How long ago did Molson come in this room? I'm going to check. I can scroll back. And everything's time-stamped. Hello, Helen. 23 minutes ago. You've been looking for ribbon for 23 minutes. Molson's not getting any Christmas presents this year. Or if he does, she's not going to put any ribbon on them for him. They're not getting wrapped. They're getting handed to him in a carrier bag. Oh. Does anybody else want to try and call in and see how this thing works? Anyone? Am I able to invite people from Periscope, or does it have to be people on happs? That's a question. Is Chick still here? Language of love. But there's just one thing. But there's just one thing. Track back. Can I invite track back? Hang on. Who's that girl running around with you? Tell me. No, it has to be happs people. Okay, that's interesting. I would have thought that anyway, but I wanted to double check. So if people are on Periscope, they can watch, but they can't actually participate. They would need to be in the room. Hi, Nashville. How are we doing? I'm just trying to figure this thing out. Tamara. Is it Tamara or Tamara? Have you broadcast on this app? Do you know what you're doing with the desktop version? Because you might be able to help me out. I was just thinking about reviving Perry Blind Date, but that would mean that people on Periscope would need to have a happs account. because they couldn't participate otherwise. Still doable. Tell me. I wonder how long it takes Molson to find his wife some ribbon for a wrapping paper. I would have sacked him by now, to be honest. You just cannot get the staff. Bright light, bright light. Around with you, tell me. I forgot this was a remix. I'm actually not enjoying it so much as the original. Let's skip it. Any Chili Peppers fans in? Okay, next. That was fun for a little bit. Any Adam and the Ants fans in? This is completely random, by the way. I have no way of knowing what's coming on next. I feel like I'm talking to myself. Nobody's got anything to say. I'll sit and practice my puppy dog dance. But I've never been very good at puppy dog dance. No. No, I can't keep a straight face. That's that idea knackered then. I feel beneath the white there is a red skin suffering from centuries of timing. All right, Adam. All right, Adam. Enough's enough. Right, if nobody's got anything to say, I might bounce. Because I was kind of hoping to, chat, but everybody's been quiet. I don't like talking to myself. It freaks me out. I would have liked to try out the call-in feature on the desktop if anybody would like to call in and try it out. Hello, St. John. I don't know where that is. Is it St. John or is it St. John? Like James Bond, St. John Smythe. Does anybody remember? What's his face as James Bond? What's his face? I can see his face. Roger Moore. Can anybody remember Roger Moore as James Bond? St. John Smythe. Does anybody know this band? This is a remix, but you should recognise the song. famous Yamaha DX7 bass line. That's if anybody's into synths, you'll know what I'm talking about. There's something wrong with this chair. It's starting to rattle. It's really, I don't think it's supposed to do that. That's not my knees, that's the chair. I promise. It's not my aged bones creaking. I've had some hellos, but nobody's saying anything. Hi. I wonder if it would be better if I do move the camera slightly closer to the screen. Because obviously in order for me to read comments, I'm not looking at the camera quite a lot. Is that annoying? It's not like a laptop where you've got a built-in webcam above the screen. You're there and the screen's there. Gotta hit me with those laser beams. Oh, it tells me I've got 4 running. That's cool. So some of these viewers could be on Twitter, actually. Lurking in the lobby on Twitter, maybe. Somebody retweeted that. Who retweeted it? Oh, Edinburgh Watch. That's cool. Okay. Well. I'm just trying to get to grips with this. Does anybody want to... I don't know how many people are there. I would love happs to fix that. I would love happs to tell us how many people are in the room at any given time. If you change anything else about the app, please make that the thing. Because I literally don't know if I'm sitting here talking to myself or if there are people here. But if there's anybody listening, does anybody want to call in and we'll test out this video call feature? I would love to do that before I end the broadcast, and then I don't have to come back and do it another day. Like, I'd like to test everything I can, because next time I do this, I would like to actually maybe be interviewing someone or doing Penny Blind Date, or utilising it properly. Ow, ow. Laser beam, beams. Yeah. Well. Whoa. what happens if I press that? If I press that, does my mic? Okay. Present mic cam. Oh, that's mic and cam settings, is it? Hang on, what happens if I fiddle with that? I don't feel like I need to change any of those settings. The bog standard settings seem pretty spot on, actually. That's cool. So you don't have to fiddle with too much to get it up and running. I would like to test out the change either settings. Nobody will see or hear you for about 5 seconds. Okay, so there's like a kind of glitch situation. Notifiers, takeovers, settings, hashtags. Oh yeah, I didn't put any hashtags in the title. I'll try to remember that in the future. Multicasting is enabled for Facebook One destination. Yeah, I didn't put it on the radio page. I'll save that for professional stuff. Periscope, Twitter, and YouTube. Audience program orientation. We're in landscape. Yeah, least strict. Yeah, I don't really want anybody to get caught in the moderation, because I think broadcasters should do their own moderation. If you can't moderate your room, you shouldn't be scoping or broadcasting. I have to stop calling it scoping. Hi Molson, welcome back. Sorry, I was just reading the settings menu thing. Quite a lot of Moby coming up. This is just on random. Here we go. Here's an early synth classic. I'm just looking at all the settings, but actually, do you know what? It's a lot. I keep saying how complicated it is, but it's a lot less complicated than OBS or Streamlabs or anything affiliated or connected to to Twitch. This is a lot more simple. I'm actually quite impressed with that. I would like to know how everything works, though. I'm just fiddling. Takeovers and notifiers. I need to figure out what that does. I watched a tutorial earlier which told me, but you know what? I've bloody forgotten. It's obviously the lack of caffeine. How do you do this like Zoom? Do you want to call in, Molson? I need to invite the person. It's not like Periscope where the person requests to call in. It's the broadcaster that invites the person. Would you like to test it out with me? Or not? On a lonely platform, 1K sitting by his side. Okay, so what I need to do is I need to invite you. And I think you need to accept it. And I'll probably need to turn the music. Has that turned the music off? Do I still have my cans? Right, so I can hear myself. Do you guys still hear music, or has that switched off? Can you tell me? Obviously, I've just switched the channel over on the mixing desk, but I don't know if that's cut the music off or if it's still running in the background. Can someone tell me that? I've invited you, Molson, but I don't know what. I think you need to just press it to accept. One man on a lonely platform, 1K sitting by his side, 2 eyes staring cold and silent, shows fear as he turns to hide. Oh, we fade to grey. Do I need to invite you again? I've invited you to the call. I think you need to accept it. Would you like me to send it again? I'm asking, I switched the channel over on the mixing desk, so I don't hear music. Has that switched the music off for you guys, or is it still running in the background? That was the other question I was asking. And I've put my cans on so that I can hear my own voice. It switched the music off. I don't know what yes means. Does that mean it's still running in the background, or does that mean you want me to? I'll uninvite and I'll re-invite. Oh, bloody Canadians. Right, Molson. I've invited you. You should have got a little notification. You'll need to hit the notification and accept the invite. And then you can tell me if the music stopped or not. And I was having a wee sing-song to myself while I'm waiting for you to accept it. Oh, we fade to grey. Ooh, something's happening. Ooh, something's happening. Hello? I don't have any sound from you. Why don't I have any sound from you? Are you speaking? Because that would help. I don't have. Hang on. No, all that's done is bring back the music. Okay, hang on. If I switch that off, I don't hear you, Molson. Are you speaking? Hi, person who keeps saying hi. Why can't I hear you, Molson? Can anybody tell me if they can hear Molson? Or is Molson playing with me? Is Molson not saying anything? You have to actually bloody speak. Right, okay, I don't hear anything. Hang on. If I switch over to the speakers, no. I still can't hear you. No, there's nothing happening. And then I can't hear myself either. Oh, God. I need to do something with the settings. Nobody can hear Molson. He's speaking, apparently. I think he's miming. I think he's pretending to be speaking. I think he's just playing with me. He's like, I'm going to test her out and see if she can take a joke. Because I've got an opportunity. I've got a thing here that mutes your mic, but that's unmuted. I can see you. I can definitely see you. But I don't know how to. According to this, we should hear you. Bannerman, can you hear Molson? We need to figure out why we can't hear Molson. Molson, have you hit your mic mute button by mistake, maybe? On your screen, there's a little microphone. Have you hit that? Right, you can hear me, but can you hear Molson? Okay, I'm obviously missing something, but I don't know what it is that I'm missing. You want to drop out and come back in? Okay, we can try that. He's dropped. So I guess I need to re-invite. Oh no, wait a minute, that hasn't. All that's done is exit him. So I need to uninvite him and then re-invite him. Okay, this could pose a problem. I don't know if it's just Molson or if it's the actual app. Right, I've re-invited him. Ooh, I'll try not to wreck my desk while I'm at it. What other I still don't hear you. And I also have 2 thanks for the comment on the sound. That's because my mic's actually plugged in for a change. I've got 2 boxes with you. Why have I got 2? Yeah, because I've got 2 boxes theoretically that could be you. So now I've switched them. That's a grid. Hang on. I'm fiddling with boxes, but I would like to find out why I can't hear you. That's kind of frustrating. And I need to get rid of this box. Thanks, Bannerman. How do I get rid of that? Because your previous box is like still there. I don't hear you at all. So it's not just me. Bannerman doesn't hear you either. But I don't know why that is. I'm looking at all the boxes, Molson. I'm looking at all the boxes to try and figure out if there's anything that I can click. And I'm looking at all the settings and I don't see anything. At least we know the video works. You know, if we want to take up mime, we can do like a Bowie-esque kind of. You start giving me the V sign. This is rubbish, Leggy. Fucking behave yourself. Oh man, we will figure it out. This is the time where we need someone from Happs to be in the room, and it's the time that they're not here. I'm looking at all the little. Please don't go anywhere. I'd like to try and figure this out before you disappear. I'm looking at all the little ticky boxes. Might be punked. Yeah, they're sitting taking the piss. The Haps boys are sitting going, don't tell her. Okay. I've got local device settings. Hang on while I have a fiddle through this. Video effects are disabled. Mic camera, mic cam. There's nothing about the guest's audio listed there, and there's nothing about. Oh, Molson's dropped. Bye, Molson. Now I've got Molson's 2 boxes at the side here, but I don't know how to delete those. They're just sitting there. Odd. Okay. Does anybody else want to try and call in and see if that works? Because it could just be Molson's dodgy microphone. Or he might have just been sitting there like miming, pretending to speak. No Helen now. Can nobody hear me? Can anybody... Bannerman, are you still here? Can you still hear me? Can anybody hear me? According to this mic monitor, there's sound going out. So you should be hearing me. And I can hear myself in my cans. Oh, don't run away. I'm picking your brains. Don't run away when I'm picking your brains. Can you guys still hear me? Bannerman, hit me. What does that mean? Do you want to join in the call-in? Molson's here. I'm glad that you're there. I thought you said you couldn't hear me. Okay, let's invite Bannerman. Question. Okay, my lovely, ask the question. Okay, you've been invited. You will need to accept the request. Hi, Los Angeles. We're trying to figure out When you invite me, the notification goes in the background like text would. I don't know anything about how that works. All I do is I send a notification. What's his name? RJ sent me one the other day and it disappeared as well. And then I had to get him to send another one and hit it while it was physically on the screen. But apparently I noticed later that I actually had an email with a request and I could have accessed it from there. It's like you leave the app to join. Yeah, I noticed that I got an email notification that I could have joined from. I don't know enough about the app myself, Molson. I've only just signed up like the day before yesterday or something. I'm figuring it out. This is the first time I've used their desktop version. The audio sounds professional. Good. It should, because it is. I know that you guys are not used to hearing me through the mic, unless you tune into my radio show. But I know that when I live stream, I usually do it via mobile. And I've chosen to actually use their desktop version, which means using my mic, because I'm on a desktop computer without a built-in webcam. So I've invited Bannerman and Bannerman hasn't accepted the invite. Shall I request him again? Because he asked to be beamed up. Apparently up to 6, I think. That's why I was suggesting that we bring back Perry Blind Date, because you know how on Perry Blind Date we usually have one participant and then one player and then three participants in the call-in, because you can have 3 in the call-in at the one time, and usually I have to drop down the contestant in order for the 3 people to talk. Whereas now we could actually have myself and the 4 people on the screen all at the same time. So I have a show on Vault Radio, which is an Edinburgh-based internet radio station. I am hoping to go back into live radio presenting again, but it'll have to be after lockdown. At the moment, I currently do a pre-recorded show because the station I was at before told us to record from home during the first lockdown. So everything's a little bit up in the air at the moment, but vaultradio.com, Thursday nights, 8 p.m. till 10 p.m. UK time. Bannerman, is Bannerman still in the room? Can we have up to 8 people? I think, okay, that's good, but I probably wouldn't have 8 people at once. I think 4 or 5 is probably ample. Otherwise, everyone will be talking over each other. It's bad enough when you've got 3 callers in on the audio only feature. Nobody knows when to speak. I miss the rootin'. I miss the rootin'. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. Would you like to explain it to me? I don't think Bannerman's going to accept my invitation. He asked to beam in and then hasn't beamed in. So if nobody's going to be in the call, and I might put the music back on again. Invite you one more time. Well, your invite's still outstanding, so I'll have to uninvite you and then re-invite you again. So hang on. Molson. Okay, that should be you invited. It's a pub not far from you. How would you know if it's not far from me? You don't know where the fuck I am. And if you do, that's a little bit creepy. Right. Fingers crossed your mic works this time, Molson. Maybe we could try it without your headphones. You're back. Well, your invite's still outstanding, so you should be able to still come in. I haven't uninvited you, so it should still be live. One man on a lonely platform, one case sitting by his side. Two eyes staring cold and silent, shows fear as he turns to hide. Oh, we fade to grey. Makes you leave the room to accept. If that's what it's making you do, then that's what it's making you do. I don't know anything about the structure of the software. You just have to click on it and then just let it open up. And trust it. Just trust it to do its job. Bannerman retired. I don't know what that means. Oh, that means you're coming in. I think. Oh my God, Molson. I feel like I'm going to put Molson in the wallet. Molson deserves a kick in the nuts.
Testing 1 2 1 2.
Oh, Jesus. You list Edinburgh, and I spent a week just north of there each summer with the American Boy Scouts. Dude, Edinburgh is the capital city of Scotland. We've got a population of 500,000 people. And we've got enough pubs without even worrying about what's on the outskirts of the city. I don't know the pub you mean. Bannerman, are you here or not? It looks like you were joining and then you haven't joined. What's going on there? Right,
Can
hang
you
on.
hear me?
Uninvite you and then re-invite you. But I'm sure I shouldn't need to do that. There should be a click on the original invite. Like, it should be emailing you a link. I shouldn't have to keep uninviting and then re-inviting. But you're not in the call-in. What's going on there? Right, Molson, I've Yeah, but you've not come in because you're not on the... What the fuck? Okay, hang on. I see what's happening. Right, I don't have any sound from Molson. Is Bannerman talking? I can't hear anybody.
Yes.
Right, you've unmuted your mic.
Hello?
This is not working. There must be... Okay, if neither of you have audio, it must be something at my end. I can't hear either of you. So we need to figure out what the fuck it is I need to touch. Stay put, boys. Don't go anywhere. You need to stay here in order to figure out what I need to do to make this work. So first of all, I'm going to fiddle with the... I need to fiddle with the sound desk.
Hello?
Keep talking.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes! There we
Hello?
go.
Hello?
I hear you now. Right, I hear you, but you guys don't hear me, right?
Yeah, I hear you.
I hear you.
Right, I can't hear myself. So there's no point in having the fucking cans on. That was pointless. Right, okay. So what's happening is...
Oh my God.
I can hear you through the monitors now. I can hear you through the audio monitors now. I can turn that up a little bit.
Turn my monitor up.
Testing,
I can hear...
testing.
We can hear you. I can't hear myself, but I can hear you guys. Yes. Yes, I can hear you. But that didn't work the first time. I tried that button the first time and it didn't make any difference.
Well, the screen looks kind of dumb.
Well, it's
because
okay.
I have half
You
the screen with
did
my
it.
face,
Don't matter.
and then the other half has me and you, and you're all squishy.
I'm all squishy. What are you on? Are you on a mobile?
Yeah, I'm on my Android.
Are you on portrait or are you on...
I'll go landscape, see what happens.
What happens if it goes landscape? Okay, now you're sideways. This happened to me the other night. So we see something completely different to what you see, Molson. On the big screen, there's 3 of us. It just looks like a 3 split way screen, right? And I can change that. So I can hit this button and then I'm bigger, and you two are just two little like squares in the side of the screen, but your mobile screen doesn't change any.
Oh, you can't
Yeah,
see me.
I th-
You can't see me.
no, I can hear. I can hear you. I can hear you giggling like a wee lassie, though. What's that girly giggle all about?
When you said mobile, say mobile again. Mobile phone. What'd you say?
A, mo-
Say that.
a mobile phone, because funnily enough, Bannerman, it's mobile. You can take it with you, which is why it's called a mobile phone.
I'm gonna start calling mine a mobile phone too. Oh Lord have mercy. That's I always.
I'm trying to figure out why I have to have my face on half the screen, and then I have Helen Bannerman and me on her side. So like it seems redundant to have all this because it's wasted space.
Does the mobile app still have two little squares at the top? One that says "face goes here,"
Yes.
and then
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So I was talking to Mark, or the guy we're now calling Boss Man, yesterday, and he said they're going to do away with that because it is superfluous. Like it confuses everyone. That is only in situ on the mobile app if it's vertical. You don't see that when it's landscape. You know, if you go live on landscape, that isn't there, but it is there if you go live on when it's, you know, vertical. On anybody else
Well,
watching,
I can't see you.
anybody else
Cannot
watching, what they
see
see is,
you.
yeah, but anybody else watching, they don't see what you see. They're seeing at the moment, the main screen is me, and they're seeing two little squares like insets with you guys in the calling, and I can change that. So I can hit this button grid, and then we're all the same size. There's 3 boxes the same size, and then I can change it back to stack, where there's, again, it's like 3 windows side by side. So I can change the layout, but it doesn't change on your mobile.
I should be able to see you though.
I can see what you're doing, but I just don't
Yeah,
need to
I
see
should
half
be
the
able to
screen
see
on
you
me, to
because
be
I've seen
honest.
other ones. I should
Right. But,
both of you.
and you can't see either of us.
No, I
This
can see
settings the
most.
best
I
right
can
now.
see you.
Does
I can
anybody
see most.
is there anybody else in the chat, and can you see me, or is it
Bannerman,
bad?
you didn't turn your camera on?
Can Bannerman see Molson? You just can't
Yes,
see me.
you can see.
Is there anybody else who's
My
not in the
camera on?
call who can tell me what they see? Because obviously the
Yeah,
people in the call will see
I
something
see.
different. Yeah, but what you're seeing on your phone, if you're on a phone, what you're seeing on the phone is a different layout to what is actually being broadcast.
Because I've been on other broadcasts doing the same thing, and I can see everybody.
Right, I don't understand. Can Molson see me?
Yes.
Okay,
I
most
just
of
can't read the tiny print though, because what they do with the screen here. I have to go like this.
Yep. I thought, yeah. And I was on someone's call in yesterday or the day before, and it was the same. But he was changing the layout of the screen, and I didn't see any difference. To me, it was just my face was on the bit where it says face goes here, and nothing else. You know, he was moving it all around and, you know, zooming in and stuff, and it made no difference on my screen. All I could see was the same layout. So what I'm saying is what's being broadcast isn't what you guys are seeing on the phone. See you and Rock's banner is the blank screen. Yes, because he's not switched his camera on, or he's in the dark.
Yeah, I'm in the dark, but I'll tell you, your sound is probably the best sound I've heard from any broadcaster.
That's not the mic, that's my voice.
It might be. It might be what it is. It's your voice. Great sound.
I knew that would make Molson laugh. I knew that would make him chuckle. Because how many times have you heard people comment on my voice? It's every time I go into a call in.
But you kind of have a professional mic for this, so.
Yeah. Do you think that's it? Because you've heard the radio station's mic. You know, you've heard the broadcast go out from the radio station when I was at TD1. Do you notice a difference in this to the TD1 mic?
I can't really tell.
Nah, I don't think there's much of a difference, actually.
So you were in radio?
I technically still am, but I record from home now. I'm not. The studios are all closed because of lockdown and stuff, and I switched stations.
You're DJ or what?
I have a radio based show once a week.
Cool. What's the topic?
It's music based. Hang on,
cool.
Rod. You can join, but are you on? It looks like you're on Periscope, and I don't think I can invite people who are watching from Periscope. I think you need to physically be in the happs app. So hang on, I'll see if I can invite you, but I don't think that I can. Hang on, Rod.
Hey, listen, I enjoyed being here. I gotta go. I'm a little sleepy.
Thank you for testing the theory with me, Bannerman. I appreciate it.
Hey, be sure and hit subscribe back to me, okay?
Sure. Sleep well when the time comes.
Cheers.
See ya.
Bye.
I can't invite Rod, sorry. For FYI, Haps has a Q&A every days at 6. Yeah, I was in their Q&A earlier. Pablo and Peter were doing a questions and answers thing at 11 p.m. our time. It's good to see your face, Molson. It's been a while.
Yeah.
How's life? Did you finally get that poor woman a ribbon?
Well, here's the thing. I'm giving 3 presents to 3 co-workers at work tomorrow, and she's doing all the work, and she was getting annoyed because I wasn't there to help her with my gift.
Quite rightly, I'd be annoyed as well. When you finally found the ribbon, did she strangle you with it?
No, you don't want to give her any ideas.
I was expecting you to come back with it all like a garrote.
No, thankfully she didn't do that.
Nah, it's good that she's just. You should. I hope you're appreciative of the fact that she's wrapping them for you. It's very kind of her.
I'm just giving the three admin assistants personalized mugs.
Nice.
Coffee mugs.
But are you going to make them their? But the thing is, it's all very well giving them the mugs, but are you going to make them their coffee as well, or is that a step too far?
We have coffee made in the office. They can pour their own.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Haps app. I'll see if I can join. Yeah, Haps. Yep. So.
Yeah, one more day of work. I took Wednesday off because we're going to get a big storm, and I figure I'm going to be moving snow all day after work tomorrow and the next day. So I didn't want to have to come
10
home
inches or something?
Wednesday exhausted.
Yeah, I can imagine. How accurate are they with that? When they say there's a storm coming, is there usually a storm coming, or is it like over exaggerated?
It comes, but the amounts aren't always accurate.
Well, you better get your thermal drawers on and get ready to go.
Well, that's not that cold out right now. It's like -5.
-5. I think we're about maybe 4 degrees or something. It's not too bad. Haven't hit 0 yet.
Yeah, we were plus 2.8 Celsius yesterday, so it was nice.
That's practically mild for you guys.
Mm-hmm. Normal high is -10.
Yeah, no, fuck that. Mind you, I would cope with that better than I would with, like, say 40 or 50, heat. Like,
I take the heat.
I know you like the heat. I can't hack it, man.
But the house is cold. It's set for 17 Celsius because that's what my wife likes.
17?
Yes, 17, 18.
Oh, God. She runs hot then. Mine's, I think our heating's set at like 21 or 22. It kicks in at 21 or 22.
I bought a heating blanket, so I just put on my heating blanket and it
You're sitting there with your gloves and your hat on inside. Oh, he's all snug. Nice one.
Yeah.
That's cool.
This isn't my heating blanket. It's just my little fleece.
It's needed.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at the screen while we're talking, and I'm aware that I'm looking at you, right? Because you're on the screen, but I'm not looking at the camera. So it looks like I'm not looking at you, but I am looking at you. But it's not like on Periscope when I'm looking at, you with me? Like I'm looking at your face here, but it looks like I'm looking away from you because I'm not looking at the camera there. But if I look at the camera there, I can't see your face there. I need to figure out where I'm going to position the camera in future, because that's kind of awkward. It looks like I'm not talking to you.
Well, right now you look pretty distorted to me because they have the split screen here and then I'm split again, right?
And am I in the box next to you, or am I in a tiny little square underneath that?
No, you're the full square with me in the corner.
Okay, because when I was on someone else's broadcast, they were in a tiny little centimetre squared, like a half-inch square box. And then I had to, when I pressed that, they jumped up to the box next to me, but they were like horizontal and I was vertical. It was weird.
So what I'm looking at on the screen, it shows another window where it shows you live. If I push that, let's see what happens. Oh,
Dun,
okay, that works.
dun, dun, dun.
That's the trick.
Okay, so what did you do? Tell me.
There's a button that says live, and if I push that, then it shows probably what you see, where it'll show you and then me. And then if I click on Helen, then it gives me just a split screen with you, but now I can only see half your face because of where the camera is.
Right, because at the moment, I'm quite a large image and you're a little square in the corner, but I can change that so I can have a side by side so we're both the same size. Does that change? Does that change what happened on your screen?
That's worse. It
Oh,
might
really?
be better for you, but it's worse. I need to click the full screen on you.
Okay, so is that better? So where it was before, is that better then?
Yeah, but I'm gonna click this other button where it just shows you on my half screen and it doesn't show me. But the only part is because you're kind of sitting off to your left. Maybe
Yeah, I'm sitting at a wonky angle. I know. But that's because I kind of need to hit the mic.
Yeah.
And it's just the position that I'm in. I know it's kind of odd.
So this setup I have is the best right now. The only thing is, like we just said, the camera just needs to twist a wee bit.
Yeah, because what happens on mobile, when you're broadcasting on mobile in landscape, because I did this last time, is it looks okay for people watching it, but all the comments come right across the broadcaster's face. So I didn't see my face at all the whole broadcast, which is fine. I'm not bothered about looking at my face. But because of the position of where the comments are, it completely covered me over.
So this guy asks if there's a delay in the broadcast. I'm not sure, actually.
There possibly is. I think it is a little bit slower than Periscope is, but then I think again it depends on. Don't forget, we're coming through. It's like, I guess it's the equivalent to if you're on Twitch using OBS. It's always slightly delayed as well. You know.
So how old is this app? Is it like 1 month old? Is it?
I'm really not sure. I honestly don't know very much about it, Mosin, but I do know that I only know someone else. I can't remember who it was. Someone on Periscope mentioned it, and because it looks like most of the, I was thinking of going to Twitch. I don't have any loyalty to Twitter, and obviously
I've been starting to hang out on Twitch a little bit.
Well, obviously Twitter want you to stick on Twitter Live, but there's a few problems with that for me. One, obviously all the existing arseholes will still be there. And two, my original Twitter account that was attached to my Periscope got suspended. I don't know if you remember the whole Janie Godley, the Scottish comedian, and the whole trolling situation.
Yeah, you spoke about that, yeah.
Aye. So that account that I'd had for nearly a decade got suspended. Now that, when I try to reconnect Twitter, I can't connect my existing Twitter to my Periscope. It wants the original one, which is suspended. So if I start to broadcast on Twitter Live, I have to start afresh with my new Twitter. And if I'm going to start afresh with no followers, I'd rather do it on a completely different platform away from all the trolls. So that kind of leaves me with Twitch. As you know, I've already got an account there. And then someone mentioned this. And at first glance, this looked more complicated than both Periscope and Twitch. But looking at the desktop setup, I think the mobile version is a lot more complicated, but the desktop version is actually simplified. It's a lot easier to figure out than using OBS or Streamlabs on Twitch. What I might find myself doing, because happs multicasts to different platforms, but not Twitch, what I might end up doing is what I was doing in the studio before. I'll use Twitch mobile on the other phone. I'll just, you know how I was borrowing my kid's phone. I can Twitch stream from just Twitch on that and use happs to multicast to, and just switch them both on at the same time. Try and build up another following, because I think I'm going to lose all my Periscope followers when it closes down. I can't hear you again. You've gone quiet. Why can't I hear you? No. Did you touch something? Oh, there we go. Say something.
Hello?
Yeah, you're very faint, but I can hear you. And I can hear. Yeah, it's faint, but I can hear myself as well. There's like a playback of me.
I wonder if it's my headphones.
Maybe.
The stupid cord is plugged in on the bottom. I don't know why they don't put it at the
Yep,
top.
correct, Ron. That's what I think.
Now I lost your. Oh, there you are. So I had an
Am I
LG
back?
phone, and it actually.
The reason for.
Yeah.
Go on.
I had an LG phone, and the headphone went at the top.
Right.
But the Samsung,
and the one you're using just now goes at the.
That. Yeah, stupid.
You need to get yourself a wee set of Bluetooth wireless headphones, and then you don't have to worry about the cable.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's what your missus has got you for Christmas.
Probably not.
Oh, well. You can always hope. Yeah, no, what happens is I'm using my phone via an app as my webcam. So it's connected through the Wi-Fi, and very occasionally it just drops. You know, the Wi-Fi just drops for a second. So if I go dark, it's just because the Wi-Fi has just dropped from the phone for a second. That's all it is. So we don't have to panic, Mr. Mannering.
So at the top here, it tells me what my Wi-Fi connection is. It's just, well, I don't know why I'm pointing, but it says good. And then at one moment, a few minutes ago, it said poor.
Have you got other people in the house using it though?
No. My son moved out, and I have high-speed internet, and just two of us in the house now.
Ooh, he's got high-speed internet. Ooh, fancy.
I don't even know why I say that. Like, it's like before you'd say it when you had dial-up. Oh, I got high speed. Now I don't even know why we would bother.
That made me laugh. I've got high-speed internet. I was having a conversation with someone the other day about dial-up, and I remember when the internet was in its infancy and it was dial-up, I had a laptop, an old Toshiba. I think the hard drive on it was like originally 128, gigs, and then I expanded it to 512 or something. Like, it was really like antiquated. And I remember sitting, and I was in a chat room one night, and we had a power cut. The house just went into darkness. The whole block was out, and I was still chatting to people on this chat room because it was a laptop with a battery, right? So I didn't need a power connection, and it was dial-up internet. So it was like connected to the landline. You couldn't do that now because you need your router connected to a power connection. You couldn't do that now, but like in the old days, you could still stay connected, talking to people in the pitch black with no electricity.
Well, last year when the power went out, there's a football game about to start, so I ran up to my garage and got my generator out, and I plugged it into the Wi-Fi downstairs, and then I plugged it into my TV in the garage, and I was watching my football game. See
these organised Canadians that have got their own power generators. You had to go on better. I'm talking about, ancient dial-up internet, and you've got a bloody generator. All right, smart ass.
I need that generator because when I go to the music festival, there's no power, and I want to run the air conditioner in the camper, and I want to charge all my stuff.
Yeah,
You
your
know?
camper. I forget that you use a camper. Well, that makes sense that you would need a generator then.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
fine.
you can go without the generator, but then the camper's no fun because you're living off the grid, and then you got to use battery power and the lights in the camper and that kind of stuff. I want the fridge.
Candlelight, how romantic.
You sit outside anyways. Doesn't matter. Starlight.
It's cool. I'm just checking I haven't missed any comments. Yeah, I agree with that. Having to start afresh, I'd rather do it on another platform. And I had already considered migrating to Twitch with all the troll nonsense going on anyway. Molson will remember that when I was talking about not wanting to make a big fuss on Periscope about the fact that I was trying to broadcast on Twitch. But I kind of gave up on that when I left TD1 and I wasn't in the studio. I kind of stopped using Twitch. But this is promising. It's got a lot of potential.
The only thing I don't like is I'd prefer my phone a little closer to my face, but it zooms in too tight.
You mean you don't want us to see up your nose, Molson? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, it's not a very good spot. Because I like.
But maybe we want to see how many bogies you've got up there.
Hopefully none. See, I don't have bifocals or whatever, so I have to do this to read.
God, are you that? Is it that? Touch wood. I'm okay. I can just about see what's happening so far.
I can read the phone an arm's length away.
Mm-hmm.
But if I want to read it up close, I got to go like that.
Take the glasses. Yeah. Makes sense. I've got you. I've got you to be sure. Jesus, it's after 3 o'clock in the morning.
I know. Well, I'm usually in my room at this time getting ready for bed because I get up at 5:30.
Shit, yeah, what time is it there?
20 after 9.
That's late for you because you're a lightweight.
Never used to be. I got old.
I'm not saying anything because you know that I've taken the mickey before about you being old, and I know that you take offence to it. So I'm not gonna say it. You old fart.
Yeah, I don't think I look my age, thankfully.
You know I'm only messing. I'm not far behind you. I'll be 40 next year, Molson.
Oh, 40. I was so sick on my 40th birthday. And I didn't even drink. I got the flu.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Well, I had a lockdown birthday this year. I had just come back from Australia at the end of March, and the birthday was May, and there was nothing open. Couldn't even go for a cup of coffee.
So our government passed a new rule a week ago. So you can only, well, actually a month ago, they said you can only have 5 in your house. And now the rule is you can only have whoever lives in your house for Christmas.
It's the same here.
Except my daughter lives alone, so she's allowed to come over. Because
it's the same here.
By herself. But my son lives with his girlfriend, so he can't come over.
So you're not allowed to form an extended household with them?
Only my daughter, because she's alone.
But I know that's the rules, that's what they're saying. But if your son wasn't, like, if he was kind of isolating and not socializing with lots of other people, then it would be fine for him to come over. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but the theoretically the rules are
the rules. Yeah.
And you know what's so stupid? I can go out to dinner with him, a table of 4. My wife and I and him and his girlfriend, we can sit across the table. But
surrounded by other people.
Yes, but he can't come to my house right now.
Because,
so it's
the same here. They're all making the same stupid.
It's like, so I don't follow the logic. I'm okay with some of the stuff, but I don't like some of it where I can go to Walmart aisle 37 and meet all my friends, theoretically.
But you're supposed to be 2 meters apart.
Well, yeah, but
supposed to be, but nobody ever is. They're always like right up your arse when you're trying to look at something on a shelf. They're like that, right up against you.
So we'll see.
Yeah, no, yeah. I feel like all I always seem to do is moan about it, but
like it wasn't so bad this year because we went camping for 3 weeks, like 3 different times. So it kind of, I'm okay with that isolation. It's when
Aye,
I'm in the
because you
city,
got away from the hustle and the bustle.
yeah, but I
Yeah,
miss my friends.
of course.
So
Yep.
on Saturday we made 6 stops. We made little gift baskets for all our friends, and I went with my Santa hat, and I went to their house. I left it on the doorstep, and I kind of rang the doorbell and sent them a text, say, look outside. And then I snapped a selfie of them through the window and myself. And then I went
That's
to the next
cool.
house. So
You made an effort.
yeah.
So you pretend to not be bothered, Molson, but there's your wee, remember I said to you before, your wee romantic soul.
Sometimes.
Yeah. It's there. Yep.
Yeah, no, yeah.
It's there. Yeah. I'm going to think about, oh, what's that crackly noise?
So go get comfortable.
Say that again?
You need to drop down.
No, I was trying to hear what you were saying. There was like a static.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you now. I just don't know what that was. I don't know if that was electrical or if that was.
That's probably a stupid headphones here, maybe.
You need a new set of headphones.
Well,
Should
I've hardly used this set.
we set up a GoFundMe for Molson's headphones?
No, I can afford it.
We'll do a club
I'm not
together.
that desperate. Pardon?
Molson's going to start coming into my Collins, people, but we need him to get headphones.
I'll just use my other set I have.
Oh, he's got another set. All right then, bragging again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's it bragging? It's just a cord. Poor man's headphones.
I think once you go,
I don't got those little wireless things you have.
Once you go wireless, it's really difficult to stick with the wires. Like it's difficult to go back to the wires again.
It's hard to lose these.
I would agree with you, but try telling that to my eldest 16-year-old. They get lost all the time. All I seem to do is keep buying replacement bloody headphones.
Here's what I buy.
Rubik's Cubes.
Tell but that's 9 by 9. That's 81 per side.
So, okay. I don't even know how to do a Rubik's Cube.
Or this fancy one.
Ooh, it's fancy. So show us how you do it then, Molson.
No, not because I need my hands. Not right now.
He needs his hand. He can't do it one-handed. He needs a two-handed job.
I'm a bit of a nerd that way with this stuff.
I've never been able to work it out. I've never been able to work out the Rubik's Cube thing.
Yeah, it goes back to the 80s with my love for puzzles.
Yep. I had a friend who had one once, and rather than trying to work it out, they took all the stickers off and repositioned the stickers. I was like, where's the point?
That's how I learned to do it. But some of my new ones don't have stickers. They're painted on.
Yeah. Yeah, it's part of the actual plastic.
Yeah.
Ooh, what did I touch? Bright light, bright light.
Okay. Hey, Helen.
What?
I need to drop down and maybe
Yes. It's fine.
Okay.
Cool.
How do I get out?
Do you know how to do it, or do I have to do it for you?
I have no clue.
I don't know either. No, you hang up first. No, you hang up first. There we go. He did it. Well done. You did it before me. It's all good. I'm gonna think about bed soon. I might have another cup of tea, but it's 3:30. I think I've done enough chat to chats. Can I be totally honest with you? Just between you and I need to get my bra off because it's really uncomfortable. Don't tell anyone I told you. I need a new mic arm. This is kind of flimsy. Maybe that'll be my next investment. Get myself a big arty farty one. Right, people, I have no idea who's here or who's not still here. There we go, I can hear myself again. It's so strange talking like without this into this, because then I can't gauge how loud I'm being. Anyway, I don't know if there's anybody still there, but if there's anybody still there, cheerio. Oh, I need more tea and to get comfortable. Thank you for popping in and keeping me company and trying to figure out this thing. You don't know. What don't you know? What don't you know? I know nothing. I know nothing. What was I saying? I've completely forgotten. Fuck, I'm getting old. I don't know how to leave the video without completely... You've left the video. You're not there. Can I deactivate these? I don't know either, Molson. I'm not sure. There was probably a way that I could hang you up, but I need to figure that out. And I haven't figured that out yet. All I've got is an uninvite button. If I hit the uninvite button, would that have hung you up maybe? I don't know. It's something I'll need to figure out. To be honest with you, I'm just glad that we sussed out what we did so far, because I didn't expect to... See, I need an arm that comes further over. I didn't expect to figure out as much as we did today. I think they do. I think there are replays up because I watched someone else's replay. So presumably the replay stays up automatically unless I decide to delete it. I think that's how it works. I don't know if it stays up on the other places where it's streamed to. So I think it'll stay up on happs, but I don't know if it stays up on Periscope or YouTube or Twitter or wherever else it's been shared out to. That's what I'm going to check after this. Once I've made myself a cup of tea, I'm going to go back and check what it looked like on all those other platforms and see how that panned out, you know. But this has got so much potential if we can make it. I think I would like to revive Perry Blind Date. That could be fun. I downloaded the app, but I haven't had a chance to learn the settings. Okay, I would say that normally when you look at an app, usually the app version is simpler than the desktop version. In this case, it's the other way around. The desktop looks easier to use and it's more intuitive, and the mobile, particularly if you've got it in portrait mode, is particularly complicated. So I don't think if I broadcast on mobile, it'll be a landscape. I don't think I'll be broadcasting mobile in portrait mode because it is complicated. There's too much going on the screen, and whilst they've got those two squares at the top, it's too complicated. Anyways, I'm gonna wrap this up because it's 3:30 in the morning and I'm getting tired. You don't have a good PC. I always bring my work PC home. That reminds me, I need to get my laptop fixed. I've been meaning to do that for months and I still haven't done it. I ended up buying this desktop because my all-in-one PC went kaput and I was recording. I needed a computer in a hurry, so I just got a cheap desktop. It's just supposed to be for my radio stuff. But I need to get my all-in-one PC and my laptop both fixed. Your work PC won't allow downloading of anything. That's weird. It's not just a full hard drive or something. Anyway, I'm gonna go. I'm getting weary and scatterbrained. I'm tired. My alarm goes off in 3 hours. My alarm goes off at 6:30 in the morning. It's after 3:30 in the morning. I'll be lucky if I get like a couple hours sleep. That's why I look like shit all the time. Because I'm not sleeping enough. Only IT can install apps. Or they must have some kind of like restriction on it or something. Which is fair enough. They don't want you having any weird porn on your on your work computer. Can you blame them, Molson? If you fall asleep now, you get 8 hours. Stop bragging. There you go again. I'll get 8 hours. Nee luck, Helen. I'll get 8 hours. Thanks, man. Thanks. On that bombshell, I'm going to love yous and leave yous. Thank you all for tuning in. You work in education. Makes sense. Have a fantastic night, evening, morning, whatever it is, wherever you are. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for testing this out with me. It will be the first of many tests because I still feel like I need to get to grips with this studio software thing, but it's promising. I think once I've done it a couple of times, it'll start to make sense. Night, Molson. Thanks for coming in and keeping me company, as always. Anyone else in the cheap seats, thanks, and I'll catch you next time. See ya.